New COVID variant NB.1.8.1. What do we know and how to stay safe? Hi everyone. I know that whenever we hear about a new COVID variant, it can bring back a lot of worry and uncertainty. Recently, you might have seen mentions of a new strain called NB1.81 that health authorities, including the World Health Organization, are keeping an eye on. So I wanted to look into what we know about it so far, what it means for us here in the UK, and what the current advice is. So, what is NB.1.8.1? Well, it's another subvariant of Omicron, which has been the dominant family of COVID strains for a while now. According to the World Health Organization, and recent reports, it was first detected in samples back in January 2025 and has been shown increasing proportions globally. It's become more prevalent in places like Asia, including Hong Kong and China, and has been detected in Australia and the US. The WHO, World Health Organization, has designated it as a variant under monitoring, which basically means it's on a watch list. Scientists have noticed genetic changes that could affect how it behaves, so they're tracking it closely. It doesn't automatically mean it's more dangerous. The question everyone has is it more severe? And at the moment, the good news is that the WHO and other reports state that there's no current evidence that NB.1.8.1 causes more severe disease compared to other Omicron variants. While it might be spreading efficiently in some regions, leading to an increase in cases and some hospitalizations, particularly amongst the elderly in areas like Hong Kong, it doesn't seem to be leading to worse outcomes for most people compared to what we've seen recently. As for symptoms, they seem to be pretty similar to other Omicron strains. Sore throat, fatigue, fever, a mild cough, muscle aches, nasal congestion. Some people might also experience stomach issues. One report from the Times of India mentioned a unique symptom possibly associated with it, persistent low-grade hypothermia. That's feeling warmer than usual, but not with having a high fever. But generally, it's the kind of symptoms we're now familiar with when it comes to COVID. I know, what about here in the UK? Well, the most recent UK Health Security Agency reports from mid to late May 2025, indicate that a variant called LP.8.1, another Omicron subvariant, has been showing the largest prevalence globally and in Europe, including the UK, while the NB.1.8.1 is growing elsewhere and has potentially been detected in the UK. The specific data for its prevalence here, right now, isn't as prominent in these latest UK reports. COVID PCR positively in UK hospital settings has seen slight fluctuations, but wasn't dramatically surging in the latest data. It's something UKHSA will definitely be monitoring. And what's the advice? Honestly, it hasn't changed much, and it's about sticking to the sensible precautions we've learned. Online, public health, etc., NHS, they say vaccination is key. Good hygiene, simple things still make a big difference. Washing your hands regularly, covering coughs and sneezes, and cleaning surfaces. Fresh air, if you're meeting people indoors, letting fresh air in can help reduce the spread of respiratory viruses. Stay home if unwell. If you have symptoms of a respiratory infection, especially a high temperature, or you don't feel well enough to do your normal activities, the general advice is to try and stay home and avoid contact with others, especially vulnerable people. And consider masks. It says that. In crowded or enclosed public spaces, wearing a face covering is still a choice you can make to reduce your risk. It's natural to feel a bit anxious when we hear about new variants, especially after everything we've been through. But it's important to remember that it's constantly being monitored. There's always news online and updates on the health websites. But stay informed and look at reliable sources like the Gov websites, UKHSA. Continue with the good basic hygiene practices. We know how to manage this now. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to point you to some official information. But stay safe, and yeah, look after yourselves. And keep following advice online, and keep up to date with the news, because there's been a lot of changes that are going on lately, and a lot of things like diseases, the bird flu. There is a lot going on right now. So yeah, just stay informed, stay up to date, share any information that you have, and other than that, take care.